Hello my fiery friends, the Infernoman here with our look into what's coming in 2024. So, real quick disclosure, I'm already working on our next deck tech, but as you can hear right now, I'm a little under the weather, but of course the show must go on, so I'm going to try to at least push out right now our look at what we're trying to see coming to Magic in this coming year. Also, please excuse the fact that I'm going to try to do what best I can to edit out all of my coughs. Also, I'm going to have to talk a little bit more off the cuff on this one, because again, this video is going to be a really simple one where I just want to give my little 2 cents onto what I'm feeling going into Magic, both on Arena and in paper, coming out for this year. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's look at what we're seeing for the future. So as you can see already, January 12th is Ravnica Remastered. Again, this is not really going to be anything that's going to affect us since we are primarily an arena-focused channel, but there are some cool cards in here that I want to get. Hot take, actually, like I really would like to see more anime cards in Magic, but I know some people are not fans of that, but that's something that I would love to see more of. So the cards look kind of cool. I mean, I'll probably get a couple packs. I'll probably do a couple of booster pack opening videos on a little bit later on. So just hang in there for that. Not much else I could really say, except if you're a fan of, Ravnica, it's a cool set. It definitely has some neat reprints, but it's probably going to be something I probably would wait a little bit later if I want to get something like collector boosters down the line. Murders at Karlov Manor. So of course this is now the first standard set that's going to be coming out February 9th, so we're actually only just a little bit out, a month out. Wow, it's actually coming a lot faster than I thought. But in any case, I already did my 3 hot predictions that I'm hoping are going to come true for the set. So one of them, of course, we saw some of the preview cards early on a couple weeks ago that you can definitely see that clues are going to be definitely something that's coming back, the investigate mechanic. From what we see from the information that was been passed on for this set, Murders at Karlov Manor is a top-down murder mystery set taking place on Ravnica, but is not the normal Ravnica set revolving around the guilds. It will also have Universes Beyond offering Ravnica Clue Edition, a new form of multiplayer magic that welcomes fans to Magic and Clue alike to unleash their inner sleuths and solve the mystery as Ravnica's premier detectives. The important dates that we just need to know about this is we're going to start getting previews for this around the end of the month. I believe it should be January 16th should be some of the earliest previews, and then everything should be wrapped up by that point on the 26th of the month. As for the actual set in particular, Murders at Karlov Manor, I mean, it looks like a very interesting idea. I'm just hoping that they're going to go more into a lot of mechanics that maybe will encourage players to, use the investigate. We do have a lot of cards currently right now that take advantage of artifacts in the formats. I will definitely also say that the art looks kind of cool. I mean, I actually am a fan of Ravnica in terms of, again, the guild stuff, but I don't know if I'm really saying I'm going to be hyped for this set. Maybe I just need to see a little bit more of it to see how it's going to turn out. It does seem like it's really interesting, and I really hope that maybe we'll see some new spicy additions to the set that maybe we weren't expecting initially when we were announcing the set. Next, we have Fallout Commander decks. Again, this is not really a product that's going to affect Arena, but I still wanted to touch base on it a little bit. I've never played actually any of the Fallout games. My nephew played it. He was a big fan of it, so this is probably something he would like, but it's not really a Universes Beyond that I can see myself actually purchasing. With the one exception, there was one Commander deck that was mentioning that it will be an energy-based one, so that one actually has me a little interested, only because I actually am a fan of the energy mechanic. In fact, I actually do have a paper one that I built that it's kind of one of my pet decks that I would love to rock out every so often. It's Pioneer legal, but I might try to tweak it a little bit if we do end up having some sweet additions with these in paper. So something that I'll kind of look at, but again, it's not something I'm going to really invest my time in. For those of you, again, who are fans of Fallout, and maybe if this is your set that you want to go all in on, let me again know how it turns out for you guys later on when the cards actually do debut on paper and are being sold out there. Outlaws of Thunder Junction coming out in the second quarter of the year. So this set is basically, as they say, Magic's take on a Western genre using fantasy frontier setting to showcase a new plane all about the villains from across the multiverse. Okay, real quick, this is actually the set I am super excited for. I'm actually not even really a Western kind of guy, but this is definitely something a lot more fresher that I'm happy to see added into the game. And I honestly am kind of excited already to put together my previews and what I would love to, predict is going to be for the set. But again, we're going to hold off on that video a couple more months from now. Of course, once we get closer to the previews for this set. Until then, however, I'm not going to lie, the artwork does look really cool. I do like that we're definitely seeing, it looks like some of our former characters from Ravnica. I mean, people have mentioned that there is Vraska there. You can see Jace and You could see, what's that, Rakdos? Those actually will look cool. I mean, people have speculated that it has to look like Oko and a little cool cowboy kind of motif there. I honestly also don't know if this might be the set where they're actually going to use maybe some more emphasis on things that kind of they kind of played around with in the past. Like when we saw Streets of New Capenna, people were asking, are we actually going to get actual like firearms added to magic? And they kind of did, but it was still kind of magic-y in the sense that they kind of just shot energy. So I'm guessing we'll probably get like energy weapons in this set, so that'll probably add that on. But again, I don't want to go too much into what I predict is going to have for the set. I'm going to save that for my proper YouTube short a little bit later on in the year. Again, super excited. I still think this is probably going to be the most popular set of the year because, again, it's something that's completely different and fresh from anything else that Magic and WotC has ever done for the game. So be on the lookout for this one. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this the entire time we get previews. Modern Horizons 3 will also be coming out in the second quarter of 2024. So, of course, for those of you who have been around now for the past couple of years, these Modern Horizons sets that we've been getting have really started adding on quite a bit of a twist on the modern format, a non-rotating format. For those of you Arena Zoomers out there that don't play it, think of it again like this is power level between historic and timeless that we currently have on Arena. As it says from the little blurb and news information, Modern Horizons 3 is bringing even more cards to the non-rotating format with a complex draft format. Modern Horizons 3 will have a double-face card, something neither of the previous Modern Horizons sets included. It will also be added to Arena in its entirety. And this is, of course, the key thing. Since, of course, as I mentioned, we are a Arena-focused channel, this is definitely going to be something that I'm also going to have to keep my eye on. As you can see from the artwork, we look like we're going to get quite a big chunk of the Eldrazi's coming back. They'll either be reprinted or maybe we'll get a new variant of them. I'm not sure yet, but I know we have a handful of the powerful ones already in Arena, but this might just round out the entire package. So it actually might be kind of cool to maybe finally have in Arena an all Eldrazi style of deck. Maybe if you want to make one for Brawl, or maybe if you want to make one for the Timeless format. My only concern, of course, is going to be, is it going to be too high powered? Because I'm not going to lie, like for those of you who are still playing, and as you've seen from our previous deck tech videos, some of those cards like the Monkey and Orcish Bowmasters have been running a little too rampant in the format. But on the one hand, I like to hope that maybe we'll get a couple of really awesome cards and new deck archetypes with Modern Horizons 3, but I'm also kind of scared that we might get even more power crept. Oh god, I would hate to think what would happen if we actually got something that was even stronger than Orcish Bowmaster and the Monkey. Oh geez, it might actually think that some people have speculated that Oko, a card that was too busted in 2019 and maybe 2024 and beyond, might actually be a fair card in this day and age. Wow, we've really gone out of control with power creep. But that's a whole nother video that I'm going to talk about in another time. In any case, moving on to our next set, Assassin's Creed Quarter 3 of 2024, another Universes Beyond set and a Ubisoft original. In July of 2024, Universes Beyond is going to be offering the first to have these new boosters called Beyond boosters. I have no idea how those are going to work, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one. These new boosters are non-draftable packs that will take you on a journey unique to its universe. So I'm going to guess really quick that Beyond boosters are going to kind of be like, think of the story spotlight cards that when they highlight them on select cards, it just mentions again, there are certain cards with flavor text that kind of push the story when you see certain magic cards. So I'm guessing Beyond boosters are probably going to be designed to be, I would simply say, story-driven boosters, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Again, this is also not really a series that I've actually played. I'm not really a person that is interested in Assassin's Creed. Some of these Universes Beyonds are, I'm sure, again, for some of you out there who are fans of these games, more power to you. If these are the sets that you're looking forward to, I'm really hoping that you guys will enjoy them. If there are some cool cards from this, I guess, like, maybe I'll pick up a couple singles. Again, at least if nothing else, Assassin's Creed kind of fits with Magic a little bit, so there's definitely a lot they can work with on this. So I'm going to be optimistic and hope that this will be something that if I wanted to invest anything into, we'll actually have something to then purchase. Between this and the Universes Beyond with Fallout, if I had to pick, I probably would rather get the Fallout cards. But again, we'll have to wait and see until we get more information on this later in the year. Now, as we get to the fall set from a year from now, in quarter 3 of 2024, we have Bloomburrow. As it reads, Bloomburrow is another new plane showing off a world of anthropomorphic animals with no humans. The animals are the main characters and are in scope, so animals are actual size, they wear clothes, and have weapons. This set starts the second year of the new story arc that is also called the Dragonstorm arc. So, not really much we can do on this one. I'm not a story story-driven channel where we don't do like Vorthos things here. There are some cool lore that I do like about Magic, but that's not going to be the focus, of course, this video. We're going to, of course, talk about how this impacts, of course, Arena and Magic in general. And I'm definitely going to say, one thing is, I am actually kind of interested in seeing where this one goes. Based on the artwork here, I'm guessing, again, we're going to see a lot more unique creature types that, you know, have been sprinkled throughout the past recent years. Like, we've seen rabbits as a creature type. We've seen now mouse kind of be slightly different from rats. Of course, you know, from the artwork, definitely we have wolves already, but maybe we'll get, I don't know, maybe more foxes. We have, of course, support for snakes, but maybe we'll get a little bit more support there. Maybe we'll get more support for insects. I would actually be really enthused to see that if they're going to start pushing these much more fringe style of creature types, then this is definitely will be a fun set to play. I'm perfectly fine with it not having any humans. If you've seen my channel already, I'm a big fan of tribal decks. I like creature-driven types of decks out there, so this is definitely going to be a set that I'm also going to want to keep my eye on. I'm guessing also based on some of the way it's kind of designed, also kind of just looking at the artwork, we're probably going to get a little bit of a flair of elementals probably added in, maybe as avatars for the animals out there. So I'm definitely going to say I'm looking a little optimistic about this set, and also this is also going to be a big one because this will also be when we actually rotate everything from standard that has now been kind of delayed because WotC kind of changed how they wanted standard to rotate. No! So this will definitely be a game changer once this set drops in the later part of the fall of 2024. And then finally, to wrap it up, we have Duskmourn, House of Horrors in Q3 of 2024. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be the November set that's going to come out a year from now. So Duskmourn House of Horrors is a top-down modern horror set. So think 70s and 80s style horror movies where the whole world takes place inside of a giant mansion. Huh, where have I heard that before? I don't know. It sounds like something I used to, you know, interact with when I was actually at work at a certain theme park. But in any case, it says this set will use horror differently than Innistrad sets or Phyrexian sets. So this is where I'm going to be a little concerned. This set is going to be one that I'm kind of a little lukewarm on. It sounds like an interesting premise, but we've done so much horror currently in the world of Magic, and again, I love it all. I love Innistrad. People do definitely love that plane a ton, but we've kind of dabbled in that plane already with pretty much almost all the catch-all stuff that we've expected from horror. So it has classic horrors, you know, such as werewolves and vampires and spirits. And then when we came back in Shadows over Innistrad, if for those of you who stuck around that long, we've had Eldritch kind of horror. So think of like that Lovecraftian style of horror with the Eldrazi and everything. And if this one's going to try to twist it where it's going to be more like the 70s, 80s style, so think like slasher horror flicks, like, you know, Freddy and like Jason, maybe, I don't know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. It's, again, like, it's not like it's a bad idea. I just feel like Duskmourn sounds like it should have been more of like a secret lair drop. I don't know how this is going to look. So the artwork at least looks kind of interesting. It definitely looks creepy, so I will definitely give props that it kind of can go in the direction that I'm sure some fans will be of. I know there's definitely a lot of fans out there who love 70s and 80s horror. Real talk though, I'm actually not really a horror fan. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I do enjoy a decent zombie movie, even if they're kind of cheesy. I definitely am a big fan of the Dawn of the Dead series. Those were really cool. But overall for this one, again, it's super, super early. We're talking again at the very end of this year. So we're going to have to do a wait and see. But again, I'm feeling a little lukewarm on this one. We'll have to, again, let it simmer and see what comes up down the line. And with that, that's basically all I'm just going to say for today, everybody. So to kind of wrap it up a little bit, since for those of you who are still watching, thanks again for being my true fiery friends and holding out to the end of the video. How I'm feeling right now is the Q1, it looks okay. That's kind of like the part of the year where I'm like, it's cool. Ravnica Raster, again, okay, that's not bad. Murders at Karlov Manor, same thing. I'm feeling a little okay about this. I'm sure it'll be fun, but it's not going to be a set that I'm looking forward to. Fallout, I'll probably get one commander deck from this one, just for my collection, just the energy deck, but otherwise, Q1 looks decent. Q2 is where I feel like we're going to get a lot of change up with not only, again, paper Magic, but definitely in Arena, because Modern Horizons 3, definitely a game changer anytime it gets added into the format. Outlaws of Thunder Junction, again, super, super hyped. Shout out below if you are also as hyped as I am for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I definitely want to take advantage of a lot of cowboy memes, but we'll do that in future videos. And then Q3, Assassin's Creed, Bloomburrow, and Duskmourn. Out of those three, Bloomburrow really is the only one I'm really fascinated by, because I definitely look forward to seeing a set that has no humans and it's just all anthropomorphic animals. So definitely would love to see that going forward becoming an exciting set to play. But otherwise, again, you tell me in the comments below, what do you think? What are you hyped for going into 2024? I know this wasn't really a super in-depth video. It was just literally my initial reactions because I never actually did one of these videos before. So I kind of want to get into the habit now of bringing back some commentary videos on just stuff that's happening in the world of Magic. And I actually am looking forward overall to 2024. Just because I may seem like I'm a little lukewarm overall doesn't mean I'm not excited for anything in general. It's still super early, and these are, again, my initial reactions. But again, I would love to hear from all of you, depending on, again, what you're looking forward to. And be sure to check out, of course, the rest of the channel. For those of you who are newer to the channel, if you're interested, of course, in all the budget deck types we do, we definitely, with what this lineup has, I'm sure we'll have tons and tons of decks that we can build. Maybe we can look at old art types and refresh them for 2024 to make them just as fun as the previous ones, but also updated with new stuff. Some more budget options out there I'm sure will be dropping for us very soon. But overall, wherever you do want to look forward to playing in 2024, I assure you, whatever set you're looking towards, whether it's the Murders of Karlov Manor, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Assassin's Creed Bloomburrow, even Duskmourn, I'm sure none of us out there will be disappointed. That's all I have for you today. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later!